good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I'm going to try it and just do something while I do this. Don't forget, sharing is caring. The only people getting this out there is you. I'm going to put that information out there. I'll go back to my main screen. And hopefully you're all seeing me. Give me a 5x5 if you can see me. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. It's crucially important, especially on Rumble. Subscription, sharing, right? The more you share, take the old, click on the share, put it out on the platforms. You're the people getting the message out there, not me, right? I'm just a mouthpiece for you. And hopefully you'll think I've done quite well in the last few weeks of getting the message out there. But it's not me. It's you. You're the ones sending emails to different people and say, listen, you need to speak to this man. And it's working because we're working as a team. So don't forget, hit the like button, really important. Let's get over 100 likes tonight. I've just been and had me barbecue. Michelle's done us proud. Steak, sausage in a roll, but it was sausage in a roll and it wasn't a barm, right? I know the difference between one of them oblong rolls now, right, and a squashy bread roll, which they call a barm. Don't ask me, right? I'll have to work out where that come from, and I think it's pretty self-explanatory once you get used to it. So, am I getting 5x5s? You can all hear me. So tomorrow, people, is a big day. There are some things I'm going to put out there, especially the people in Runcorn that are watching this. I need you to specifically write out a statement to say you haven't received the leaflets from the English Constitution Party to you that should have been delivered by the post office. They are separate leaflets to the ones that we've been delivering, right? And there was 45,400 of them. They are legally obliged to deliver them. There's a whole process you have to go through in law to get these things printed, etc. Right? They have broken the law, even if they don't deliver to one house, right? But the overall different people in different areas. So let's say there's 12, 13 wards in Runcorn and Helsby. Every one of them have come back to me and said, I haven't had them leaflets delivered, right? So there's a lot of people who haven't had them delivered. That is interfering with an election for two reasons. One, we paid for that, and the people have the right under universal suffrage to take in information from political parties. The second is that because they never delivered the leaflet, we've got no chance of getting our deposit back, let alone winning, right? Because people haven't seen our information and what we stand for. So that it's a direct damage to us and the party and to the people. So we are going to do a legal challenge on to the post office. That's already in process, but part of that is that I need a witness statement. I've put it out, so if anyone who can get access to Kay or any of the group, the election group, and again, if you go to the website, there's an email address on there, right? Tracy, I think, will put the email address up there, and then you'll know I'm going to put it in there exactly. So what you do is you write the statement out, you sign it. It has to be written out exactly. There's a statement of truth on there. You cannot do any of this free man in the land bullshit. I'm not a free man in the lander. What I'm telling you to do is exactly what the court says, and you keep it as straight to the facts as possible. We delivered the leaflets to the post office. They haven't delivered them. They're interfering with an election, right? And they're altering the outcome of an election. I'm not suggesting we're going to win it, and that's exactly was the case of Ashby versus White. The judge said that. That doesn't have to be the case, but the case is that the people have the right to consent or not. There's a cat here that's in season, going mental. She wants either me or Mark to mate with her, and we've both refused. Just to let you know, right? So at the end of the day, what we're saying is there's a lot of things I want to say to you, right? And again, tomorrow is election day, all right? So again, it is for the people who have helped us, who are coming to their account. Your hats have arrived, and I'm wearing one at the moment. Go on, have a look at that. Just to let you know about these hats, they're not normal. They're expensive, but they're designed to be washed. They're actually embroidered. None of this stuff is just stuck on. They're embroidered, and it's made with a computer in England, made in England, right? Hopefully, there's not a badge in there that says made in China. It's not made in China, by the way. It's made in England. And they do all of that. So the make England great again, make England great again underneath in a little writing. Everything's there, so everyone knows exactly what it is, right? And they're really comfortable. And then they're the nuts. And I forgot to go and buy something for Captain Tim. Someone's going to have to remind me about that. He's run out of Bisto gravy granules. I've got to pack them in my case and take them over to him. So, disgusting what Post Office has done. No, it is disgusting. I want everyone to understand that. It is very, 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 very highly illegal what they've done. And they think they're going to get away with it. They think we're the English Democrats who, and Robin Tilbrook with all that, I'm this, I've got an audience. This has happened a million times to them. He never done a thing about it, right? Well, I am. And we've got evidence, and all I need is the simple statement of truth, right? I did not receive a leaflet from the post office from the English Constitution Party. That's it, right? And that's election interference. And they then need to explain to a judge, well, what happened? Because it's not the first time it's happened to them. And these people are paying for these leaflets. What are your employees doing? And the people of the post office, mainly Labour in that area, controlled by the unions, yeah, need to be told you're going to lose your job, possibly your pension, if this is the way you're going to operate. Because what you just did is highly illegal, right? Think of what's going on or what went on in America with the Democrats, the Labour Party and these people and the controlling options, they're all the same, right? And again, reform, 185,000 they can spend on this election. What we've got is what we got from you, and that's it. And all we can, I want to make sure everyone understands this. Don't become demoralised by it. You have to keep fighting, keep pushing forward. Every time they punch them harder back, right? And sooner or later, you will break through because they're going to start to wobble because they can't keep taking the punches because we're on the side of right. And it's really important everyone gets it, right? Well said. Let me just make sure. So I'm going to show you, hopefully, if it's on my screen, I'm going to show you the particular leaflets and why they have deliberately stopped these leaflets going out. It's really important people understand this, and I want everyone, let me see if I can go and find this one. I want everyone to retweet this. I want a massive retweet on this. I've just pinned it. Including in this is Rupert Lowe and Ben Habib, right? I want them to see it because I've said to Rupert Lowe, all you've got to do is put a tweet out and ask every candidate, and he knows I'm a candidate, will you sign my motion to mass deport illegal immigrants? Yes or no, right? I've already sent him a number, and I want people to ask him that question. So send him a thing and say, Graham Moore has already said he will sign your motion. He understands the English Constitution and the law. He's a normal working man. Why haven't you supported him? You need to throw it at him, and you need to throw it at Ben Habib. Everyone who's protecting the political union is destroying England, and people need to understand that. So what I'm going to do is now go back and show you these leaflets. It's really important. Don't forget to share this. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed. And a massive, massive, massive shout out to the real alternative news. Who am I talking about? Andy the Gabby Cabby. You couldn't have asked for anything more, right? He has done so well in trying to support us. Sean Atwood, fantastic guy, and comes from Widnes, right, which is just outside the constituent, literally off stone's throw. Fantastic guy. LSP or LSD, is it? Who's it? Oh, I keep forgetting. When you do initials, it does me nothing. Productions, right? Someone put it out there, and I'll reread it out. And you're talking about Chris and his team from Norfolk. Fantastic, right? Iconic, another one, right? They've put us out there. Gareth Ike, right? Again, because they're alternative media. Even David Clues is started to get. Listen, you're alternative media. Your job is to put out alternative views, not parrot, right? What the fake news is and what the fake system is. You need to put out the right news. So David Clues is getting it, which I'm pleased about. I knew he's intelligent. I knew he'd come around sooner or later. Oh, LSB Film Productions, thank you, and that's Chris, right? Another one. Bannerman is another one. And then there was a lady that was on her show last night. I don't know how quick it's going to come out. But again, that was... I've forgotten that and all. It's doing my nutting. I keep forgetting things. Maybe I need some Guinness. It normally helps my memory. I'm joking. Listen, we're there. We're getting there. So tomorrow... So again, what you're seeing is this so-called alternative media who parrot the unionists and the unionism, the very union that's destroying England as we speak now. Some of them people have pissed off to Spain, right? We can't do that. You've got June Slater, right? Yeah, reform. She's got a second home, right, in Switzerland. Listen, I ain't got a problem with rich people. I've got a problem with rich people betraying us when we're the ones who got them there in the first place. And I don't care who they are when they say, oh, it was my hard work who did it. Let me tell you something. There's only one group of people in this country who made England, and that is the working class. Full stop, right? I'm not asking for anyone to rob money off of them, but what I am saying to them is as soon as you put your allegiance into another area, you have failed the English and betrayed the English. It's as simple as that, right? We ain't got nowhere else to go. This is our home. This is our country, and we don't want this union wrapped around us anymore, right? Or this insane politics of communism and fascism. Fascism is no different, and that's the bit. I mean, I even see a tweet today, right, from Britain First. The deputy leader of Britain First said, I've always been an English nationalist. My country in England first. Really? That mob hates us. They hate anything to do with England, right? And yet, so there's something triggering them, right? What is it that's triggering them to say it? I'll tell you what it is. The alternative media have started to come on board and get it because they're listening, not just to me, but to you, right? That's the important thing. You are the important people here, not me, right? So I'm now going to show you the right. So it's on your screen as we speak, right? I need everyone to send this out there and retweet it. This is the Runcorn and Helsby leaflet. The post office did not deliver to 45,400 addresses. They denied your right to be informed. When have we heard that before? We paid for these. We paid the deposit to stand, which was 500 quid. So that means disabled, retirees, all of our people there. Lots of people have come in and put money in, right? Local people assented to this. In other words, they signed a bit of paper with their name on it and said, yeah, we want him to stand. That's 10 people. So we had, you have to have this by law. So we had a local proposer, a local seconder, and 8 assenters. In fact, we had a lot more than that, right? Anyone will tell you, and they say, well, you don't need them, your paperwork's fine, bang, bang, all went through, right? Those that seek to save the political union seek to destroy England. Rupert Lowe, Ben Habib, if you have nothing to fear, why censor, right? So I'm now going to show you what this leaflet says, right? So first of all, it's got my ugly mug on the front, right? Runcorn and Helsby constituency. Now this is really important because there's things in here that you need to understand. So either side, we've got the English flag and the Cheshire flag, right? English Constitution Party on the left-hand side is what you will see on the ballot paper. By election, our pledge to you, right? Now every home in Runcorn and Helsby should have received one of these, right? 45,400, right? Reclaim your English rights. We fight for you. Pensioners, disabled and vulnerable, crushed by the British oligarchs and ruling class. Our children raped and tortured. Farage vowed to don khakis and pick up a rifle, but he surrendered to Islam and the EU. Controlled opposition. Your English constitution's hidden by them. Born of English parents, protects us, will enforce it. Deport all illegals, asylum seekers, and foreigners. Right? End ruling class betrayal. No whips, just the truth. The oligarchs and ruling class bury your rights, flood us with outsiders, and Farage bends the knee while our communities starve. With no whips, we represent you. Void their British Acts of Union. Revive English safeguards and kick them out. Our families first. Defend our land. English law, People's Army. Foreigners drain our National Health Service and housing while our weakest suffer. Your English constitution stops this. Deport them all. Secure the borders. Save services. And bring back the English militia, the real People's Army, honoured with memorials across England. The English have the right to keep and bear arms, a constitutional right. Claim it. Vote 1st of May 2025. By law, that's got to be on there. Graham Moore, who we are. Then it has to say who it's promoted by, who it is, and who's the printer, which is on there. But really important, on the bottom left there, you've got election communication. That tells the post office they must post it. If they don't, they commit a criminal offence, right? Do you all understand that? That is why this is so important. Because the post office could run by the Labour Party and the unions, right? So the back of that page said this. So again, you've got the Constitution is the solution, English Constitution Party, defending your rights, which is what we stand for, by the way, the number one human right is self-determination by law, which I'm going to show you in a couple of minutes. Justice for the victims of rape and torture. Prosecutions, not inquiries. We have the evidence. Let the jury decide. Now you're getting an idea why they don't like this leaflet. Vote Graham Moore, English Constitution Party, Runcorn and Helsby, constituency by-election, our pledge to you. 1. Justice for the English. We demand the prosecution of all state officials under Section 134 of the Criminal Justice Act 1988 for torture. Those who acquiesced, consented, omitted, or acted to cause the rape of white working class English girls, primarily by Pakistani Muslim men, must face a trial. Not just a public inquiry. Section 6 mandates a life sentence upon a guilty verdict, with no judicial discretion. Life means life. State officials include MPs, members of Parliament, lords, judges, Crown Prosecution Service staff, ministers, prime ministers, and I'm particularly talking about Gordon Brown, police, and council officials. That's what that law is there for, to prosecute them people for those under the Torture Act. You commit it if you acquiesced, consented, omitted, or acted to cause the rape of white working class English girls. 2. Detain and deport. We will detain and deport all illegals regardless of arrival date. Deport all foreign criminals, including those of the constituent nations of the UK. Scots, Irish, Welsh. Why do I say that? Because if you're a Scot and you commit an offence in England, we have the right to banish you to Scotland so you'll never return, right? It's not about race. It's about who you are as a culture. And we are a high trust society. Therefore, if you breach that trust, you go back and you don't come back, right? Scots, Irish, Welsh. We are nations with our own communities and culture. 3. Your voice, not party whips. The English Constitution Party has no whips. We answer solely to the people of Runcorn and Hillsborough, representing your grievances and safeguarding your civil liberties as English men, women, and children. I have been asked to stand by the team in Runcorn and Hillsborough as the leader and expert in English constitutional rights. We have a constitution, we have constitutional rights, and you have been lied to by the state educators. Claim your rights and safeguard your future, grandchildren's rights. Elect an English constitutionalist. Churchill walked away from the mainstream politics in 1924. He stood as an English constitutionalist and won his seat. Let's make England safe again. For the English vote, Graham Moore. Vote English, vote Graham Moore. There it is, English Constitution Party. Everything's on there. And again, the reason I'm showing you this, it is crucially important that you understand that they basically, the post office and the police, right? Because the police should have investigated this and are not, right? So, and the police are in Cheshire are committing an offence of malfeasance in public office. The crime has been reported to them. I've got a crime number, right? And they're not doing anything about it. So what we're doing is taking that forward. There's more things going on with the police in the background, which I'm not going to mention on the show. But I'm telling you now, I'm not going to run away from these people. I'm not going to hide from these people like certain other people in what they call alternative media. Lost their arsehole when at the first hurdle. These people, that cat is seriously wanting to mate. She's low down on the floor making loads of noises. But anyway, there it is. I wish I could find a woman, right, that would literally say to me like that every night, "Come on, baby." Yeah, that's a joke, by the way. But you can you imagine having a wife that went around going, cats are funny. They make me laugh. And they're clever and all. They're always trying to sleep on my windowsill because they know I'm allergic to them. Right. No wonder they wouldn't deliver it. That's what I'm saying. So you've all seen that and you understand what it is, right? So I'm going to go back to that particular thing. I'm asking everyone, right? I'm going to put it there again. Let me put it in the hopefully this works. See if you can retweet that. There's a number of tweets I put out today. I need people to smash it out. This is literally the last night, and then tomorrow day, as many people as possible, keep pushing it out. I'm going to be in the pub. I forget what it's called, the Norton Arms, on Friday at 1 p.m. to say thank you to everyone. So I'm going to be in there. I won't be suited and booted. I'm going to be in incognito with me hat on, right? And just have a quick beer and everything before, and then there's loads of things that I need to kick off with a legal case against the Royal Mail. And don't forget, the Royal Mail has a royal warrant, and they've committed an offence. right? So the warrant should be taken off them. They should not be using anything to say that they are royal because they've committed an offence. And again, the police officers committed an offence as well. DD, look for a soulmate. Anything else is a bonus. No, I am looking for a soulmate. I ain't going to find one though, because all I do is this. Amen. The SNP are winning seats again. Hopefully, they get Indy too. Well, again, I'm a bit concerned about the SNP because they've got 1.3 million off of us. Anyone who's taking short money off the British system don't want to leave the British system, right? And they've got enough money in there to go and tell people. Or I'll tell you what they've got to do. Even if they pulled me up there for a conference, I would tell them this is what you've got to do, right? The whole union's over. And again, they know that because we acted as a friend of the court and pushed some information into the court on their behalf, right? And we know it was received in Scotland and in the Supreme Court in London, and all the information was on there. So anyone says they don't know about this is an absolute lie, right? So they want the union to carry on. Got rich off the back of the political union. No, that's it. I'm not being. Listen. Normal everyday Scots, I ain't got a problem with. It's the political class in Scotland. It's the ruling class in Scotland, the same as it is in England, the same as it is in Wales, and the same as it is in Northern Ireland, the same as it is, if you want to call it that, in Cornwall, right? Self-determination is the number one human right. So again, I'm going to show you this because I think it's important. If I can bleed and find it. Where's it gone on the screen? It's disappeared. Right. It is important. I'm going to show you this and I'll come back to that in a couple of minutes. Let's have a look and see if I can find it. Hopefully. No naked pictures of women come up on my screen. You should see on your screen, and I've put this out as a tweet today, right? This is from the dailydragon.co.uk channel, right, or website. The people of England have the right to self-determination under international law. The right of self-determination, Article 1, text, International Instruments, International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, ICCPR, and the International Covenant for Economic, Social and Cultural Rights, ICESCR. This is law, by the way. Article 1. All peoples have the right of self-determination. By virtue of that right, they freely determine their political status and freely pursue their economic, social and cultural development. 2. All peoples may, for their own ends, freely dispose of their natural wealth and resources without prejudice to any obligation arising out of international economic cooperation. What does that mean? Fuck climate change. It's all bollocks. Based upon the principle of mutual benefit and international law, in no case may a people be deprived of its own means of subsistence, right? Which is what's happening at the moment. 3, and this is crucial, the states parties to the present covenant, which the British are, including those having responsibility for the administration of non-self-governing and trust territories, right, which is what we are, shall promote the realization of the right of self-determination and shall respect that right in conformity with the provisions of the Charter of the United Nations. There is only one vote that supports your English rights. Vote English, vote England. And then at the bottom there, I've got takebackcontrol.vote. You go on that, takebackcontrol.vote. What does it do? It takes you directly to our website. Putting England first, supporting the rule of law, and defending the English Constitution. Takebackcontrol.vote. Again, it's fairly simple. Everyone should understand it. So I'm going to go back to the audience and ask the question, did you all see that? Because I've taken it off the screen. And did you all follow exactly what that is? And again, today, I'm going to try and bring this up on my screen. Banner Man done a fantastic one last night. There's another lady done a fantastic interview last night. I don't think she liked some of the things I was saying, but listen, I'm not there to make friends. I'm there to tell you the truth, and I want to be friends with everyone. And the only way to be friends with people is to tell them the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. And that's exactly what I did. But what I'm going to do now is show you something else. So Sean Atwood, fantastic. He's really, really, really done us a favour. LSB Film Productions, again, Chris, fantastic geezer. Nick Buckley, he was one of the first to get in there. GB Resistance, although he hasn't had me back on for some reason, I don't know why. But that's not a negative towards him. He's probably very busy. But what I need to do is go and show you the most recent short. I'm not sure how this is going to be. I think it is this one, but I'm not sure. We must act. Politically, Slater, unsubscribe. Slater, the truth about Nigel Farage's response. And again, let me just make sure I share these with you because I think this is important. Andy the Gabby Cabby's gone all in, right? And he's trying to build up his channel on Andy the Gabby Cabby on Rumble, right? He gets it that YouTube's not long for this world, right? And I just want to make sure everyone gets it. So what I'm going to do is bring this one up. I think this is the one.
We need an Englishman or genuine English people.
One. I think it is.
I'm going to say Tommy.
No, that's a Tommy.
You've proved you. We need an Englishman.
It's a short. Where's the latest one? Someone just sent it.
I'm going to say
really short.
Well, that didn't take very long, didn't it?
I think it is this one.
We need an Englishman or genuine English people in Parliament. And there's a genuine Englishman representing a genuine English party standing in Runcorn and Helsby right now. And that genuine Englishman is Graham Moore. I've spoken to Graham several times. I've interviewed Graham. I'll leave a link in the description. And he genuinely believes and genuinely cares in what an MP really should be about, what an MP really should be doing, what an MP needs to pull off to represent the people that vote them in. And that is something that's sorely missing from our politics, and it has done for a long time. You get one little seed in that place, things can change. We need an Englishman or genuine English people in Parliament. And there's a genuine Englishman representing a genuine English party standing in Runcorn and Helsby right now. And that genuine Englishman is Graham Moore. I've spoken to Graham several times. I've interviewed Graham. I'll leave a link in the description. And he genuinely believes and genuinely cares in what an MP really should be about, what an MP really should be doing, what an MP needs to pull off to represent the people that vote them in. And that is something that's sorely missing from our politics, and it has done for a long time. You get one little seed in that place, things can change. We need an Englishman or genuine.
Yeah, what did you all think of that? So I'll put that on there. I've been reading bits on my phone. It's coming up. It's always more difficult trying to do a million things at the same time. But there it goes. Let me put this on there. So the YouTube channel and the actual short itself is that one there. Smash it out as everywhere you possibly can, right? There's plenty of other people now coming on board. The alternative media are getting hold of this, and I can tell you now, it's terrifying the British and the British regime, because all of a sudden they can see, hang on a minute, these people have got a lot of support. You keep whipping us, sooner or later we're going to stand up and say enough's enough, and that's exactly what we're doing, right? So I just want everyone to understand that. Tomorrow is election day, right? So the postal votes have already gone in. That's been snagged by the Labour Party. I can tell you that now. It's corrupt to the core. And they deliberately withheld our leaflets. I showed you the leaflets. Do you need me to show you them again? I tell you what she does. When she makes them, can you all hear her? She's like proper uses her whole body to go like that. She's like a miniature lioness. It's like a funny growl. Me too. Andy the Gabby cat got it. He loves his home England, and rightly so. Taffy Pat, yeah. And again, the Welsh. The Welsh should understand. I know you do, Taffy Pat, but is that geezer? Who's that geezer who's in the military? I think he's pals with Andy. I'm not having a bitch at anyone. I get why people in the military think British, right? But we ain't always had a political union. We were separate nations. We had our own identity. The British Nationality Act, 1981 and 1947, and then prior to that, before that, that's what's destroying us. And people need to take it out. The British haven't got a nationality, so they create a political union for all the foreigners. That's what you got to go, bomb, ain't having it. Or is it Paz? So again, as many people as possible, nicely contact him. Say, why don't you speak to Graham Moore? You've got to think differently. We've got lots of military veterans that are with us. They absolutely get it, right? I mean, we've got Scots that are members of our party because they know we're genuinely about self-independence, self-determination. We've got Welsh in our party because they know we're about that. We're not saying we want to be bad friends with the other nations. We're saying we want to go back to the Commonwealth and be a brotherhood of nations, right? We can still all protect each other, but you haven't got a political union. Scotland's got a different culture to England. Wales has got a different culture to England. Cornwall, to a large extent, it's got a different culture to England, right? You're a bit tinny down there. I like a cream cake, I know that, right? So, all I'm saying to everyone, right, is we don't want to be bad friends. Listen, all that silly nationalist stuff, right, where everyone's including Robin Tilbrook, because he was like that, and I kept saying to him, that is very British, what you're doing. I'm not about that. I don't hate the Scots or the Welsh or the Northern Irish or the Southern Irish or the Cornish, right? We should all get on. We are the British Isles. I get that. Externally, that's how we're seen. Internally, we have our own cultures and our own people, right? And that's how you deal with this. Who's in here? Jules and 67. Don't forget, we've also got elderly people now living out in the sticks where their cars are broken down. Jules in particular, right? So Tracy, if you can, put that GoFundMe in there, right? Jules and 67's car's broke down. She's a retiree and can't afford to fix it, right? That's the sort of carsy that the British Union is created. It's a liberty, right? Out and out liberty. Robbie Young. 1,100 illegals is the equivalent to 22 regiments. 11,000. Rob Young. See, I know you're a veteran and you understand all that side of it. I do. I used to when I was younger, but not now. But 11,000 illegals is the equivalent to 22 regiments. Wow. DD, we all want our UK countries back, lock, stock, and barrel. Taffy Pat, that's exactly it. All right, and no one is saying we're having a go at anyone. We want our cultures back, and let's have it right. Wales culturally is a wonderful country. It's even got its own language, right? Its own Celtic language. I ain't got a problem with any of that. If you want to disadvantage your kids and only teach them that one language when most people speak English, then but people wouldn't do that, right? It's only the far left lunatics that are doing things like that. Again, you won't achieve nothing until Guernsey is out of the picture. They are the puppet controllers behind the trust, just like mine held in probate until the Crown Estate thieves and murders. Will, he's lost his mate Paul Thorpe. Well, he's lost John Aspinall. Well, he's lost his mate Paul Thorpe. Gave up when his money is threatened. Who's that? Who was his mate? I don't know who you're talking about. Tracy Truism, share, GoFundMe, desperate for my car to be repaired. And again, listen, I'm about us. And you got wonderful people out there, right, that all support us. And Jules and 67 supports us. I know what it's like for a pound note. Trust me, it's hard out there. But these people, if she come in on a dinghy, she'd be living in an hotel in the country somewhere and have all private transport put on for her. She ain't. She's one of us. I love Wales. Yeah, I love Wales. I quite like Welsh women. In fact, I like all women. It's just they don't seem to like me because all I ever talk about is England. Right, the paedophile British political West Union cult of traitors must be removed by hook or by pitchfork. Taffy Pat, absolutely agree with you. Grifter, it's amazing when the money goes, DD. I know. Liquidated, that was the last part, sorry. Please share and donate. There you go. Page, oh, right. Page 49. What's a Page 49 is pals with Paul Thorpe? I didn't know that. I mean, I don't know any of them. They just appeared, right? But again, they're all pushing this political union bullshit. The English Constitution is the solution for us all, along with the English and the Welsh law. ECHJ made a ruling holding doctors liable for vaccine damage because they could have refused to jab people. Not actually sure if that's true, Wilner. I've researched that and I haven't found the actual ruling that says that. People have sent me something that looks like a ruling and I said it doesn't say anything like that in that ruling. If that's what someone's told you online but you haven't read it yourself, you have to be very careful of things like that. The British are the enemy to England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. They absolutely are. Tracy Truism, ECP membership link. Join the only true English party. Absolutely. And we've got loads of people coming through. There's different things going on at the moment. And again, we've got to get stuck into how we're sorting all this out. I've got a gentleman who's looking at our website at the moment, and he's definitely one of us. Robbie Young, I think that's probably the best way to get through to our people when you put it in military terms. Yeah, no, I do. I don't disagree with that. And again, military will understand better on what we're talking about. They know we're being invaded when you say them things. Nicole Schwab, daughter of Klaus, is spilling beans now, is she? Evening, all still kicking it over place, sharing and caring. Libertarian 1986. I'm watching with my mummy in the where? In the living room, Daddy Dragon. Libertarian. Who's Libertarian 1986? Hello, Tracy. Libertarian 1986. Are you are you male or female? Fuck their rulings, DD. It's about bloody lies. They are making it up as they go along. I don't disagree with that. Protect themselves like they have always done. No, I agree. Hello, Libertarian. English, not British. What's your next step to get elected to Parliament? Is there a plan B? We have to keep. So there is a plan B. And plan B is to keep doing the seminars. The seminars are really important because what they don't want us to do is go around speaking to people in communities, and all of a sudden people are coming on board, right? because they can't control that. And we're becoming bigger and bigger. And the more alternative media is talking about us and saying, hang on a minute, we are alternative media. Let's talk about this, right? That's what they don't want to see because they're losing control. Juicy and Lucy, Tracy Truism, hiya. Yeah, I said it like you would. Hiya. Let's have a look. English Constitution Society News website. Stafford, woohoo! I don't know who that is. Seminars is the key, DD. Letting people know the truth will stop them eventually. Now, that's it. And they can't stop you when you're one-to-one and face-to-face with people. They'll do all these things, shutting stuff down, and alternative media is the other key, right? And so once we can stop this nonsense of free man of the land and I'm a living man, right? And people actually start saying, well, come on in, what is the Constitution? This is what it is. And all of a sudden, the trigger for the English is like, we will rise against these people. And again, remember what I put out. If anyone wants to do a short of the first part of this video and put it out there, showing on the screen that leaflet and what the Royal Mail stopped from going into the constituency, right? They censored a political party during a political campaign, right? That's what they've done. That is illegal. It's illegal internationally, and especially as our first principle is the right to self-determination. It's the United Nations' #1 human right. Bolshevik Castle is flying our flag. Good. Every place in this country should push up the English flag, and everyone should understand what's going on. Cockney Girl, West Ham United, Kew Gardens. Let's have a go there. Bolshevo, Evening Sashi. Hi Tracy. I wonder if our friend is still watching now. I don't know where we're going from there. Let's have a look. We're coming up to the last 15 minutes. There was a million things I wanted to show you today, but there's plenty going on. Did everyone hear that in Israel, there's big fires in Israel? Really? Where that happened? Gus Money. Did anyone watch Tucker Carlson interview Kurt Wilden? Kurt Wilden, former senator, who confirmed 9/11 was a deep state job, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I did watch it. And just to let you know that Roger Cook of the Cook Report in 1997, I believe it was, and you can go and watch the video about it, told everyone that they was going to attack the Twin Towers, right? And he even told them there was a plot to fly planes into them, right? In 1997, before it all kicked off and everything happened, he actually come out with that. And then remember what happened to him. Not saying much of all today, been out all day. Tracy Truism, Jules Anson, Ant Middleton erupts and sends a clear message. If you try to overthrow our Christian nation, we will show you the combative side of British culture, English culture. We will not change. We will not go backwards. No, I agree with you. But you've got to go back to being English, Scottish, Welsh and Irish. The difference in the First and Second World War is we still had our own identities, right? Now they've swapped it out to a Soviet-style identity. It don't work. Some Abdullah tried to climb Israeli embassy in London today with knives. Really? No, laughing at her. He's up for Mayor of London. I will. Let me have a look and see if the English Constitution Party will do. Juicy Lucy. The English Constitution Party getting rid of income tax like Trump is. Exactly. That is what we intend to do. Exactly that. And people don't realise, if I was actually to take you to the part where I say that, so we've got all that on our website. They don't like us telling you that we can do that. Like I said, there's different ways of financing a nation. You don't have to do it with taxes. All taxes do is apply an income to the ruling classes. That's the first thing. And create channels for their money laundering. That's all taxis do. June Gower, Light Out, America is still paying income tax. He will never stop it. That was on YouTube. Paul Hadlow, Reform. Reform seems to be the way forward for the British, not conspiracy theorists and minor parties. I don't know what that means. Is it? Oh, if we is this a? Is it? Let me just say, is this a troll we've got on YouTube? I'm not surprised if it's YouTube. I'm not surprised. George Ridgway, look him up. That's the one who started it with the German registering for anti-Semitic laws in a bailiwick because his companion was a beep Jew herself, so he hid her. I don't know what that means. Let me have a look. Light Owl, thieving off you and calling it tax. Yeah, that's it. And by the way, house inflation is a stealth tax. That's all it is. It is taxation. It's taxation without representation, and it is the central banks that's created that. Just to make sure you get it. Don't forget, a certain person, I'm not going to say who it is online, you've also got control of YouTube channel. If you need to zap a troll, please do it. Don't take prisoners. I'm not really interested in YouTube. Told you. The only reason I'm transmitting to it is because it's just there, right? But I'm not interested in YouTube. YouTube is part of the ruling cabal's brainwashing mechanisms. They use them channels on there, the ones they promote, to distract you. That's it. Whereas Rumble is not like that. And if I went into proper detail with Rumble, the way they operate the channel, etc., everyone should understand it's absolutely fantastic. So, Cockney Girl, West Ham United, no one seems to be bothered by it. 1.5 billion.